What's up? What up, man? These videos are really hard to play because you'll get nabbed on the copyright because it's like literally a movie. But this would be Chris McDonough, right? And the interrogation of Michael Crowe. So as much as I just want to let this thing play out for you guys, I kind of have to pause it and intertwine because they'll nab me on copyright. But let's get into it. You're going to see one detective talking to Michael, and then you're going to see the infamous interview room, Chris McDonough, come into the mix. Let's get into it.
Any problem taking a truth verification exam? What's the problem, Mike?
I just feel like
Tell me what you feel like.
I've spent all day away from my family. I feel like I'm being treated like I killed my sister, but I didn't.
All right, Mike, you need to trust me on this. This is going to work out.
This is based on a true story, and this kid has been mentally tortured by these detectives for hours upon hours. This is a movie, yes, it's based on a true story, which is based off a lawsuit, which the interview himself has been sued behind. So, as you see the kid here, frustrated and not sure of himself, he's been mentally tortured for hours upon days at a time. Let's continue.
Mike, this is Chris McDonough. Chris is with the Oceanside Police Department.
Hey, Michael. How you doing, pal?
Wild, man. You cannot tell me that they can get a more perfect creep weirdo to actually play the part of Chris McDonough. But the crazy part about this is you have people like Josh the Lab trying to justify that this never happened. I mean, there's a whole movie and role, made about it off of the lawsuit because of the injustice done to this poor child and his whole family. It's pretty disgusting and weird. You see the creepiness. This is something like as you watch this clip, you could see like Chris McDonough probably doing like a weird how he touches the kid's shoulder and everything. But it's really like the weird, quirky, like very cringe things that he says to the kid. Keep in mind this kid is mentally destroyed after being railroaded by good cop, bad cop, illegally.
If my son ever did something, which he has, he took some candy out of the store and got caught. And the hardest thing for him to do was, what do you think?
Admit it.
Yeah. You ever heard that saying, no man got to the top of the mountain by falling there? How does a man get to the top of a mountain?
Just gotta climb.
Yeah. You gotta climb. Sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes things get out of control, and sometimes, just like anything else, nobody wants to say, yeah, I made a mistake. And you? Of course not. That doesn't make you a bad person, does it?
So they actually get a confession out of this young boy because they mentally broke him between tag teaming him against detective and detective. So the ending of this is the lightest part that I could find. This movie is well worth a watch. This is actually a corrupt police officer here that's on YouTube in the true crime community that you're watching interrogate this young man. There's channels that are friends with him. The lab the lab will defend this guy and pretend as if this didn't happen, as if there wasn't a multi-million-dollar lawsuit involved with it. This is the same guy who got involved in the Summer Wells case and started all those games and shenanigans. And this is the same person who tries to have his friends on YouTube running around on these missing people cases begging for these parents to get involved in the Cold Case Foundation. He's not a good person, but what he did to this kid is very hard to watch. And the ending of this will be a little bit of that agony. Extremely hard to watch this clip.